I'm David Wong. Welcome to Qi Life Mastery, the Science of Qi. Very excited. Been planning for this webinar for a long time. I prepared this presentation. It took me about 3 weeks to get this thing together. Basically, I've summed up what I've learned over the last 10 years into this presentation that's going to be about 60 minutes. So there's a lot of stuff. There's science, personal experience, ancient Chinese traditions and methodologies, different modalities that I've experienced in my life, and I put them all into this presentation. So I have my heart and soul is into this, and a lot of really cool things that I've learned in my life is in this presentation. So I'm sharing this with you today. Aren't you guys lucky? All right, so I'm going to talk about the art of manifesting wellness and abundance. Who wants to have wellness in their life? Say aye. Yeah. Who wants to have abundance in their life? Say aye. Yeah. All right, good. So we all have favorite superheroes. Who's watched the Avengers recently? Yeah, did you guys like it? The final chapter of that arc, wasn't that awesome? The epic battles and all that, right? So who's your favorite superhero? Anybody? Your favorite superhero? Batman?
The Hulk.
The Hulk? Okay. Daredevil, all right. Any? All right. Superman? Okay. So we all have favorite superheroes as a kid, and because we always dream of having superpowers, right? We all want to be superhuman and fly and be strong and be fast and do that. Mine was Dragon Ball. Who watched Dragon Ball? Say aye. There's a few Asian people, right? Okay, and my superhero was Goku. Okay, and Goku, he can gather his Qi energy and do a fireball like this, a blast attack. And that was my superhero. So many superheroes, you know, in comics, Western or Eastern, they can manipulate this force called Qi. And they use it for all sorts of things, right? They use it for enhanced perception. They use it for manipulating energy fields. They use it for protecting. They use it for attacking, right? And even for healing. So you probably think superpowers, that's only in the comics, that's only in the movies, right? They're not real. But are they? Okay, so stay until the end of this presentation and you're gonna get a free gift. So make sure you stay to the end and it's going to be worth your while. So just a disclaimer, read that really quickly, you got 10 seconds. Okay, so superpowers in ancient history. Let's take a look at that. In ancient martial arts, these are some very famous generals and founders of martial arts styles in ancient China. And who watches Kung Fu movies, like really old school Kung Fu movies? Say aye? Okay, so you see them like the vibrating palm, right? They can just move break huge boulders with their Qi energy. They can tell the future with their hands, right? They can, what else can they do? Fly. Huh? They can fly, right? Crouching tiger, hidden dragon, they can leap on trees and they can hop on water like it was nothing. Okay, so how much of that is actually real and how much of that was made up? I've always wondered, like, all these Kung Fu movies, like, did people back then actually do that? Right? Did they actually jump on buildings? Did they actually fight with all these superpowers? And you know, I would like to believe that they did. And I think that over history, over time, we just lost the ability to do that. Why? Because we lost the training and we probably just lost the knowledge of how to do that. But it's not just ancient Chinese Kung Fu, right? There's many other cultures where people had superpowers, right? And they could do all these things that we think today is supernatural. So they were considered what we consider today to be superhuman, but perhaps they had knowledge, training, and access to Qi that has been lost. So that's just ancient history, but let's talk about today. How about superpowers today? Who's heard of this guy, Master Zhou Tingjue? He is a Tai Chi, Qigong, and Kung Fu master. And if you watch his videos, he's able to light things on fire with his hands. All right? So nobody's figured out how he's done it, but people have used heat sensor cameras and show that it's actually happening. So he would hold a towel, wet towel in his hand, and in a few seconds, it's completely dry. He would hold wet sand in his hand, and in a few seconds, it turns into ash. And he could light things on fire without touching it, just with the Qi energy. Real or not, I don't know, but he's doing it, and the people with thermal cameras can show that it's happening, but nobody knows how he's doing it. Ice mastery. Who's heard of Wim Hof? World record breaker multiple times for ice submersion in 0 degrees ice water, full body submersion for 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 2 seconds. What is considered, who's tried a cold shower for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds? That's like, it's pretty tough to just stay in that cold shower, right? But he can do ice bath for 2 hours almost. He also ran a half marathon barefoot in ice and snow. He also climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in 2 days just wearing shorts. 2 full days hiking wearing shorts. Is that superhuman, or do you call that, what is that? Would you call that superhuman? I would say so. Okay, so that's today. He's alive now. And he uses breathing techniques, and he uses his intention in order to control his body so that it can withstand extreme cold. That's me doing the 2 minutes in ice bath. Okay, so I trained for about 100 days to get to that point where I can go into ice bath, 0 degrees, just breathing slowly without going, I'm so cold, right? Okay, so I did that. How about Bruce Lee? Who's heard of Bruce Lee? Everybody heard of him? Okay, he can do 1,500 push-ups with both hands, 400 push-ups with one hand, 200 push-ups on 2 fingers. Most people cannot even support themselves with 2 fingers, right? 100 push-ups on just one thumb. He could kick 6 times in 1 second. His signature move, to skip kick, he can kick a 200-pound guy into the air, into the sky, just like you see in this photo. Bruce Lee, he can punch 9 times in 1 second. He can 1-inch punch a 75-kilogram guy 5 to 6 meters away. That's him breaking a board. That's me breaking a board, 1-inch punch. Okay? So you all heard some of the music today. How did that make you feel? Make you happy, right? It's a happy song, right? Don't worry, be happy. So I chose those because I want to show you that music can change the way we feel. Okay? We'll come back to that in a second. So music, we're here at a music hall, and we talked about martial arts, we talked about Qi, we also talked about success, and you're probably wondering, what do all those things have in common? So you may not want to be a superhero. You may not need to fly or to jump over buildings or to fight or break boards with your hands, but we all want to, you want to do that? Okay. So we all want to have resilient health. We all want to have manifesting our intentions. We all want to attract success, right? So I'm here going to show you how you can do all those things with just one thing. One thing that you need to do all those things that you want, to have health and to attract the success that you want. Okay, who would like that? Say aye.
Yeah.
Good. So who's David Wong? If you don't know me, I have 10 years of meditation and Tai Chi, Qigong practice in martial arts. I was able to heal myself from a chronic illness that I've had for 12 years. Okay, I did it without any surgery, without any drugs whatsoever, because none of that worked for me. I tried everything. Okay, I'm also recovered from massive debt and illness and depression to build a multi-seven-figure business empire. I also work with world-renowned scientists and humanitarian leaders around the globe, and also develop mind enhancement technology that I'm going to share with you, reveal to you today. Very exciting, okay? So life wasn't always so great. I lost $300,000 in a really bad business deal. I trusted the wrong person, and from that, I got really depressed. And from that depression, I actually got physically sick. And that went on for a long time. And at my lowest point, I was working just 15 hours an hour, just as a cable guy, installing, computer LAN cables in some office buildings. That's all I did. So life wasn't always so great. And how about you? Do you have some issues or problems in your life that you want to overcome? Like, how many of you are stuck? You feel you're stuck in your life, you want to move forward, but you've been kind of stuck in the same level frustrated with something, you have anxiety, stress, right? So can't sleep, insomnia, not making enough money. You're working very hard with little result. You have chronic pain, that's kind of been bugging you all the time, okay? Injuries, old injuries that you can't really get rid of that are bugging you whenever you exercise or when you're working. Health issues that are not improving. You're getting very tired, you get chronic fatigue, and you're getting burned out very easily, working too hard. Or you want to start a business, you don't know where to start, or you want to move to a different point in your life, you don't know where to go. Or you may feel overwhelmed, you don't know what to do because there's so many things to do. Or you're lacking clarity or focus, okay? How many of you know someone who has at least one of these problems? Okay, at least 2 of these problems, 3 of these problems, 5 of these problems, okay? Keep your hand up. 10 of these problems, okay? So these problems are very, very common, okay? So I'm here to tell you that you are not alone because I've had all those problems too. And I'm happy to say that I've overcome pretty much all of them, okay? I'm not saying this 100% of the time, I'm always perfect. Nobody's 100% perfect, but now I would say 80% of the time I'm good. I have overcome all these problems. So you're not alone. If you're in a place that you have those problems and you feel that you're losing hope or you feel that you need a different solution, I'm here to tell you that there is a way. So we'll get to that. So how did I get from there to here? You're probably asking. How did I get from the sickness, the debt, depression, to here? You know, I'm happy, I'm healthy, successful, lots of friends, right? And how did I do that? So before I show you, I want to teach you the science of Qi and teach you what Qi is about. Are you guys ready? Say aye. Aye, awesome. So what is Qi? We're always wondering, what is Qi? And let's talk about Qi for health. So Qi in Chinese medicine has about 3,000 year, over 3,000 year, 5,000 year history. It dates back to 3000 BC. There's also Ayurvedic medicine, which call it prana, is the same thing, or Japanese medicine, which call it Qi, which is the same thing. It also plays a very important role in chiropractic care, homeopathy, Reiki, osteopathy, and other healing modalities. So in basic traditional Chinese medicine, you want to balance your Qi. Okay? If there's a lack of Qi, it causes pain. If it's an excess Qi, it causes inflammation, which leads to also pain. So what you want to do is just balance the yin-yang pressure points on your body and your meridians. That's it in a nutshell. It's all about balancing your Qi. So what about the science of Qi? Now, there's no scientific equivalent to explain Qi because Qi is a universal force. Not only is it a biofield, which is in your body, it's also a universal force that connects all of us, connects us to the entire universe. So it's a lot bigger than what science itself can even explain, okay? So if you want to understand Qi, first thing to understand is what is a field. What is a magnetic field? So you all know about magnets, right? We have some magnets here, okay? Magnets. So every magnet has a field. As you can see in the diagram, that's the magnetic field from the iron filings that are created when they are put onto a table. And it creates a field that you can see. We also know about Earth's magnetic field. Hi, guys. Earth's magnetic field is like this. We all see it in our science books. So if you understand a field, first understand what a magnetic field is. So the human body also has a field called biofield. It's within the body, and it's also around the body. It's an electromagnetic field. It's a magnetic field. It's also an electric field, and it also is a subtle energy field. What it does is it carries bioinformation and governs the chemical processes in your body. It's nature's first original wireless system. Isn't that cool? So before there were any radio or satellite or Wi-Fi or 5G, whatever, we had wireless communication through our own biofields. How do we get disease? Notice how I spell disease. Disease basically means the lack of ease. So according to Qi medicine, it is the energetic disruption of your biofield. Okay? And either it's a lack of energy, or the blockage of the energy, or just the lack of flow of energy. Or also it can be a disconnection from your source, from the universal source of Qi, universal source of energy. Okay? So what do the Qi therapies do? So for example, acupuncture, what does it do? It tunes your biofield so that you you go into a healthy, balanced state, which will stabilize over time. It also improves your body's natural functions. You're resilient to stress and resistant to disease. Okay? Who wants to be resistant to disease? I say aye. Okay? When everybody's getting sick, come with the flu, nothing happens to you. Okay? Or no stress, or being able to resilient to stress. Okay? So stress is a really big killer right now, causing a lot of heart problems. So our biofield can be programmed with fields from other beings, environment, or devices. Is that amazing? Okay, let me say that again. Our biofield, can be programmed by other beings, other people, the environment we're in, and devices. What do I mean by that? So here's an example of field influence. To demonstrate this, it's brainwave entrainment. If you hear a song, that's just like we did, it affects our mood, and our mood affects our bodies. There's a mind-body connection that cannot be broken. All right? If you're in a bad mood, it shows in your body. Or if you got hurt, injured, it makes you have a bad mood. So it's always connected. If you're happy, naturally your body creates chemicals to heal your body, right? And so it goes either way. So your mind-body connection can never be broken. So an example of field influence is a sound field of music. We all understand that, right? How a sound field can influence our mind-body. So here's an example of brainwave entrainment. A normal person with brainwaves scattered, after being entrained, the brainwaves start to focus and start to balance out through their brain. So the fundamental principle of Oriental medicine is that a healthy mind equals a healthy body. A healthy body equals a healthy mind. And also, where the mind goes, the Qi flows, and where the Qi flows, the blood follows. Okay? That is the foundational principle of health. If you can understand that, then you can understand pretty much everything you need to know about health in a nutshell. Okay? So people say, here's what people say, right? They say Qi is just a myth, it has no scientific basis. They say it only works for people who believe in it. You have to believe in it, otherwise it doesn't work. Or they say there's no way to measure Qi, it's just what you feel, right? Who's heard of that before? Say aye. Okay, so how do we answer these questions? Well, let's first do the Qi ball exercise. Okay, so what I want you to do is, you guys stand up for a second. Okay, make your feet sideways, apart, and then like shoulder width apart, and then kind of like hang your hands in front of you, okay, like there's a big ball in front of you, okay, and then I want you to open up your hands. Imagine there's like a string connecting the centers of your palms to each other, okay. Now I just want you to imagine it's an elastic string, and then you're pulling it apart, and you feel it pulling it back in. Okay. Then you want to push it back together. Imagine you're like squeezing like a energy ball, and it's kind of like pushing it back. It's like an elastic ball, slowly. Okay, go really close to your hands together and open it up again. Okay, how many of you guys are feeling something in your hands? What do you feel? What is it? What's the feeling? Resistance? What? Huh? Tingling? Heat? Okay, keep moving it back. Imagine you're kind of like playing with this energy ball. It's getting bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. Okay, now I want you to add something else. So when you're opening it up, breathe in. And when you make it come together, you breathe out. Okay, how many can feel something? Okay, you gotta bring your hands right close to each other like this. Okay? Okay, now I want you to add one more thing. I want you to go, how, just say how when you go in, and when you open, you say la, and then how and la. Okay, how do you feel now? What do you feel in your hands? Coolness, tingling. Okay, now make it really close. Is it getting stronger? I can feel it, right? Yeah. Something there. What is that? Something there. Want to move it around your body. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Okay. So what you want to do is breathe in really fast and clap your hands. Hold it together, and then massage. Okay. How does that make you feel? Good? Okay, have a seat. Thanks. Okay, so that's called the Qi ball, energy ball exercise. And most people can feel heat, tingling, numbness, cooling. Anything else that you guys feel? Resistance, weight, heaviness, all sorts of different feelings, right? So you guys never practice Qigong, and we can all do this. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We all have the ability to do this, just a matter of training. So that's the Qi ball exercise. Now you're saying, well, it's just in my mind. This is nothing real. It's just my imagination, right? Well, here's how scientists measure Qi. There's many ways that scientists can measure Qi. EEG, ECG scans, kinesiology, like muscle testing, thermography, yeah, like infrared, electrodermal measurements for electricity, biophoton emissions for visible light. So we can actually measure visible light coming from your hands. Also, high voltage electrophotography. So biophoton emission counting. So this is actually a photo taken by a highly sensitive camera that takes pictures of photon emissions. Who's watched Captain Marvel? Right? The photon blast. This is exactly what we're talking about. Photon blast, photon emissions from your hands. So our body actually emits visible light. And you can capture it with this camera. This is not heat. This is actually visible light. And they found that the strongest emissions of biophotons come from your hands, especially from your fingertips. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So there's an experiment done with Qigong healers in patients. Qigong healers who use their Qigong to heal someone, they measure higher photon emissions from their hands. And the patients, after the fact, had more biophoton emissions from their body after the healing session. Who's seen this hand position? You see a lot of Kung Fu movies, right? Obi-Wan Kenobi, he goes like this, something like that. So this is a mudra. And Taoists use this for focusing their Qi energy into their index finger. And guess what? They use a camera, biophoton camera, and they confirmed that that is actually where the photons come out of when they use this special mudra. Do you have it in Ayurvedic medicine too? Okay, yes. So that's one way. Second way is through high voltage electrophotography. So what we have is a camera that has a plate on it that's charged with electricity. When you place your fingers on there, it will take measurements of the energy that's coming in from your fingers. And it takes a picture that looks like this. So it analyzes with the software and actually creates and draws out your biofield in less than a minute. So an example of someone who's using energy healing on the left, you can see that the energy is more intense, it's brighter. And then on the right side, you can see someone's fingers when they are just at rest. So you can see the difference. Here's an example of 10 scans of the fingers of someone who is using the camera, measuring their aura. So from the fingers, actually let's go back. So what this does is our fingers, each section of our fingers represents a meridian in our body, represents an organ or a system. So what happens is if there's a lot of energy coming from the system, if you can see, like if there's a big spike here, that means there's excess energy coming out. Or if there's a gap or something that's less, then that means there's not enough energy in that part of the system. As you can see, this part is connected to another part. It could be a throat, jaw, ear, or whatnot. So each part of your fingers, 10 fingers, is connected to a part of your body and your meridian system. And what the software does is it extrapolates that and shows a picture of your biofield. Isn't that amazing? So you can see in the initial state, biofield is okay. After an hour of computer work, then it goes away. Here's another example, someone who's normal or someone who's depressed. Someone before massage or after massage. Someone who is a beginner at yoga, someone who did a lot of yoga. Someone who did Qigong and then did a lot more Qigong. So who's following this? Are you getting this? That you can actually measure Qi. And we have the technology now to measure it, and we can show that it's actually having an effect, actually affecting your biofield. So who wants to know more scientific research about how electromagnetic fields affect you? Yes? Say aye? Okay, good. So guess who? Who's more reputable and credible than NASA, right? Nobody, pretty much. They're like the top guy in science right now. So they were able to use PEMF, pulse electromagnetic frequencies, to increase human cell regeneration by 40%, just by using a field. No chemicals, no drugs, that's it, just a field, just a magnetic field at a frequency. And they were able to do that. Isn't that amazing? Okay, having a stronger Qi enhances your biofield and protects you from harm. That's basically what I'm trying to get at here. Our DNA uses the language of electromagnetic frequencies. That's how it communicates. So it means that you, all of you, can reprogram yourself if you had the correct frequencies. Think about it this way. There's 3 paths to mastery. Either you're born with it, you train relentlessly, or you become programmed. Who've watched Star Wars? Okay. How did she learn all her powers? She's born with it. She trained. But most importantly, she just was programmed with it, right? She learned so quickly. She just downloaded it from the Force. Huh?
She was initiated.
He was initiated, right. So programmed or initiated. So she had all those 3 things. So 3 paths to mastery is the same thing for us. Many people are, let's say, Olympic athletes. Many of them are genetically gifted. They're born with it, right? Or, but then they also train relentlessly. But there's a 3rd path now. The 3rd path is to be programmed. Just like in the movie, and also like in the Matrix. Wouldn't it be cool if you can just download a program to your body or to your mind and be able to learn that just instantly? Yeah? Okay. So you're probably wondering, how do you program yourself? We'll come back to that. So the biofield is only one aspect of Qi because Qi is also universal energy. Remember what I said? So if you can tune your biofield, what if you can also tune your reality? Here's how to manifest your intentions. So we talk about Qi and health, but remember the second thing I was talking about? How to manifest your intentions. How do you attract success? Well, let me explain to you the prosperity pyramid. So how do you manifest success and how do you manifest wealth or whatever you want in life? We've all heard of the secret of how you can imagine something in your mind and visualize it, and then it magically appears in your life. Well, a lot of people use that, but most people are not successful with it. How come? A lot of people do the thing that they learn in the secret, but they cannot succeed. And they've been doing it for years, and only a very small percentage of people can say that they do it successfully. What I think is they're missing the major building blocks of the prosperity pyramid. Okay? Instead of focusing on the manifestation, they forgot about the other 3 levels of building blocks beneath it that you need in order to create that manifestation. So the first level on the prosperity pyramid is Qi energy. Without Qi energy, without the fuel to fuel your vehicle or to fuel your body, then your body will go nowhere. Just like if you had a car, it could be a Ferrari, it could be a super sports car, but without fuel to power it, it's not going to go anywhere. So first you need to build that Qi energy. There's many things that can drain your energy though, because there's EMF pollution, there's GMO foods, there's many things like radiation that can drain your Qi energy without you even being aware of it. But there's also things that you can do to enhance and amplify your Qi energy. For example, you can meditate, you can exercise, you can eat whole foods, you can eat organic, you can do yoga. You can also use technology like the Qi Coil to help you to enhance your Qi energy. So what you want to do is you need to build enough Qi energy, stop the draining so that you can start gathering it and build it in your body as a life force. Once you have enough Qi energy, then you can start to create the engine or the hardware that you need in order to create programming. So the second level is the engine. So you use the energy that you've developed in the first level to power your engine. So just like a car with a powerful engine, if you had all those cylinders firing at the same time, all coordinated or all efficiently, then you're going to be a very powerful person having this hardware in your body. So what do I mean by connecting them? Well, you need to connect your mind with your heart, first of all, which is connect your intellectual with your emotional body, right? Your mind, your intellect, with your heart, which is your emotions. When you can combine those two things and start to make decisions with both of them, your left and your right brain, your creative and your logical brain at the same time, you enhance the capacity of your brain and enhance the decisions that you make. Well, what else is there? There's also your spirit and your body, right? How do you align your spirit and your body? Well, you need to start to feel start to enhance your intuition and start feeling it in your body and being more aware of that. For example, have you heard the saying, I have a gut feeling? Why do people say that? It's because their body is actually telling them something. We have actually three minds. We have our brain, we have our heart mind, and we have our gut mind. In Chinese traditional medicine, they have those three psychic centers, they call them. So when you can start to connect all those four pieces, all those four cylinders in your engine, or all those four mechanics in your personal engine, then you become very powerful. So let's go back. So number one, we have the energy. Then you use the energy to power your engine. And now we have a car that can actually move somewhere. So what we want to do is now we have a direction, we have a map. So what's the map? The map is level 3. Level 3 is programming. So imagine, so another analogy would be a transmitter or like a cell phone tower. You need the energy, you need a power source, and then you need the hardware of the cell phone tower, and then you need to have a signal and a program in order to have some kind of code that will help you to program whatever you need to program. So the third level is called the program or the signal. And what you need to do is to have the correct signal, because if you send the wrong signal to the universe, then you're doing yourself harm, because then you're attracting the thing that you don't want. But if you start sending the proper signals out into the universe, the things that you want, then those things will come back to you. Okay, which leads us to level number 4. Level number 4 is the attraction level and the manifestation level. So when you can start to send out the signals of your intention from level 3 and goes out to the universe, in level 4, then you start to manifest and you start to attract those things that you program yourself with. So how do you program yourself? Well, there's many ways of programming. One very famous one is called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, changing your speech patterns and changing what you say in order to change the internal mental programming for yourself. Another way to program yourself is through just training, or training yourself, or to practice doing things that are effective, so that eventually you program your body and your mind to keep doing things and behaviors that are effective, that work for you, instead of doing behaviors that are not effective. Okay, so that's the second way, is to train. and actually do those things. A third way to do it is actually to use electromagnetic frequencies to program your nervous system and program your brainwaves, which is what we're here to talk about. What if you can use a technology that does it automatically for you? You don't even need to do NLP, you don't even need to do any training, that automatically programs your brainwaves and your nervous system so that it programs you for health, programs you for success, programs you for abundance. So that's what we're talking about level 3, is programming. And once you have the programming in, naturally you're going to get attraction, which is level 4, and manifestation. It just happens because you have all those other 3 levels in place. So the problem I see with a lot of self-help training out there is that they focus so much on the manifestation and on the attraction that they forgot about the other levels. They don't have the energy and they don't have the hardware. Why is it important? Well, just imagine that you want to send an intention out to the universe and you're a transmitter, you're like a cell phone tower, whatever you are. If you don't have energy, then how strong is your signal and how far would that signal go? It probably not go anywhere. Most people are so tired and so weak and so much in disease that they just don't have the energy to send any signal out, okay? And then their hardware is not calibrated. They have pistons, they have their 4 pistons, on the cylinder it's not firing properly. It's not balanced, it's not coordinated. So they start spinning in circles without making any progress. It's because they don't have the second level, which is the engine, which is calibrated and which is tuned so that it operates in full capacity and full efficiency. So take a look at a very highly successful person and you can see that they have all these things in place, right? And they have the energy and the Qi, they have the health that they need in order to develop the Qi. They have the practices and their training in order to develop the Qi, or they may even have technology to help them to get the Qi energy that they need. And then they also have the hardware, level 2. They also were able to integrate their heart, mind, body, and spirit. You know, there's a lot of times we make decisions about business and we make the logical decision and it makes sense to our logical mind, but then our heart is not in it, our body's not in it, and our spirit is not in it. So what happens is we may get some success, we may have failure, but at the end, what do you get? It's empty because you didn't really engage your whole self into it. So what happens, a lot of people, they focus so much on manifestation and attraction, and they may get success, but then let's say they lose their success, then their whole pyramid collapses because they never built the structure. They never built the Qi energy, they never built the hardware, they never built the signal and programming, so that they have this empty success. Like, let's say you win the lottery, the money gets given to you, you just got lucky, right? And then you may seem to have success, what other people can see. Like you may have very fancy car or a fancy house or fancy jewelry, but let's say you lose that. Let's say that for some reason you lose that. Then your whole life just collapses because you don't have all those foundations in place to support, okay? But let's take a look at the other way. People who have built themselves up from the bottom, having the energy, hardware, and signal and programming to get the success. Let's say that they lose success. Let's say they lose that money that they built. What happens to their life? Well, it's still okay. They're still good because they were able to build that foundation and their life does not collapse. They're able to rebuild and achieve that success again because they had the foundation built in place beforehand. So once you have all that built up, then you can start manifesting because now your program, your frequency is broadcasted to the universe. And the universe will send back to you whatever you're broadcasting out. Okay? Because the field transmits information. Not only does it have a frequency, it actually sends and receives information. It can project into your body and also project into the universe and reality. So who's heard of this quote? If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of 3 things. How many things? 3. Frequency, energy, and vibration. So if you can understand those 3 things, you can basically control reality. You can manipulate reality, you can bend reality any way you want. Obi-Wan Kenobi also said that it's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, it penetrates us, and it binds the galaxy together. So see, we only see the very small sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum. We have gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, all the way up to AM, TV waves, right? And visible light is this little tiny band in the middle of indigo or purple to red. That's all that we see. So how much in the world do we not see and do we not perceive, but is actually there? Science proving it's there. So here's the summary. If you change your biofield, then you change your projection signal. If you change that, you change your life. Very simple. So once you change your biofield, it creates this domino effect of a physiological and biochemical state in your body, and also in your mind. And that domino effect basically determines your whole life. So what if there's a technology that could do this? Do all these things. Number one, level one, give you the unlimited Qi energy automatically and 24/7 hours, 24/7 a day. And integrate your mind-body to enhance your biofield hardware. Okay, and program you to amplify your intentions 100 times, 1,000 times. Who here wants to amplify their signal 100 times or 1,000 times or more? Say aye. All right. So, and then you can manifest and attract what you want effortlessly. Okay, because now you become a magnet. You become this satellite dish that broadcasts so strong and so far that it's impossible for the universe to ignore you. It just naturally happens. So we know that our biofield can be programmed, so how do we program it, and what do we program it with? So introducing the Qi Coils, right? I have them right here. Okay, so Qi Coil, what is it? It's a pocket-sized, actually I have one in my pocket right now, pocket-sized. It's a pocket-sized, world's first pocket-sized app-driven PEMF system. Okay, we have an app. It's called Qi Coil app. There's multiple frequencies that you can choose from. You just plug in the coil to the app, and it just runs off the power from your cell phone to power the coil, which has an electromagnetic field. Programs your biofield for health and for success. Isn't that amazing? Okay, first time ever in the world. You're first here. You're the first people to witness the revealing of this. So there's two coils. I'm going to explain to you why there's two in a second. So what is it? It's an electromagnetic coil. It broadcasts precise harmonic frequencies in the electromagnetic field. What does it do? Just imagine it's a portable Qi generator. You can bring this anywhere with you and it will generate Qi. Okay? It can alter your emotions and program your emotions, your thought patterns and your behaviors almost instantly. And it amplifies your intentions, just like I explained. It tunes your biofield, so now that you have a strong signal to send out to the world. It turns you into a prosperity super magnet. Maybe not like the moment that you turn it on, but it starts to tune you, starts to program you, and to change you from the inside out. Okay? Is that exciting? Say aye? Yes? All right. So how does it work? It generates a field of energy, calibrates your mental, biological, emotional, and some say even the spiritual state. So we took 10,000s of years of meditation and practice, and we put it into this app-driven portable system. So does anybody have pain right now? You have pain? In your arm? Okay, so let me use. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the life force frequency and grab a magnet. So where you can just put this onto wherever you have pain.
Put it inside your coat.
Or just hold it there, it's fine.
Or just hold
Yeah,
it here.
and if you, yeah, you can hold there. You can feel the pulse with this. You can hold this. Who else has pain? I got one more. Who else has pain? Where do you have pain? Okay, so just hold it like that. Just leave it on there. Okay, and just hold this, and you can. There's a magnet. You want to feel how it feels like. So now imagine you can become calmer. You can become relaxed. You become more confident, more happy. Get sound sleep. Get the results that you want, and make more money. Attract the right people. Attract the right opportunities to your life. Be healthier. Better relationships with people. be more organized, gain clarity and insight, and have better focus. Okay, who would want those things? Say aye. Yes, great. So what's the difference between this and regular meditation? Well, it empties your mind faster. It activates your qi energy flow, and it tunes your brainwave state almost instantly. So many people meditate in order to achieve this effect, in order to gain more focus and even heal themselves. So what is this different from meditation? Is it empties your mind faster. There's one of the main challenges that people have when they meditate is they can't empty their mind. There's too many thoughts going on, right? So this actually can empty your mind almost immediately, the instant that you turn it on. And it activates the qi energy flow in your body just automatically. So, and it also tunes your brainwave state, just like I showed you in the diagram. Brainwave entrainment using music. Instead of using music, we're using electromagnetic fields to entrain your brainwaves. Okay? So usually when in meditation, people train for years so that they can control their brainwaves through the breath, through sound, through mantras, and things like that, right? But with this, no training is necessary. Isn't that amazing? Okay? And best of all, it's all automated. You just press a button and then it's done. That's all you need to do. You turn it on with just a fingertip. So we just invented the meditation shortcut. You're welcome. So here is, so remember the GDV camera, the bioelectricity camera. We played the frequency. This is before. This is actually a post-cancer survivor. And you can see that she had lots of gaps in her biofield. After using the frequencies, you can see very clearly that they had more energy. It's actually, you can see it went from 33 joules of energy to 42 joules of energy. You can see the timestamp there, 11:10 to 11:41. So it took about 30 minutes for her to gain energy in her biofield just by using the frequencies. Is that amazing? Okay. So also we showed that the chakras start to align too. It went from 81% to 90% alignment. And we can see their stress levels, pretty much almost always of people using this, the stress levels go down. And their energy level goes up. There's also balance and organ balance. That also, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down because of the moving energy. The chakras are moving, so the balance is not like 100%. But most importantly, the stress level goes down and the energy level goes up. Okay? So you're probably thinking, well, that sounds good. Electromagnetic frequencies, right? Well, all I need to do is just put a bunch of magnets, strap it to my head, and that's all I need. Okay, well, you're missing two things, because first there's frequency and then there's shape. So why are they so important? Because in nature, there's frequencies. Okay? Earth, for example, has a frequency of 7.83 hertz, called the Schumann resonance. Who's heard of a Schumann resonance? Yes, good. So, and then Earth has that frequency, but if you do the same calculations with every planet has their own resonance. The sun also has its own frequency. So what we do is we use the frequencies from nature. And we also use frequencies that are based on harmonic scales. For example, like phi or Fibonacci frequencies. So I'm not going to go into all the math, but basically if you play a piano, like what sounds better to you? Or I play. Okay, it's very simple, right? So a lot of machines, they'll play one note. What we do is we play harmonics. Okay, so if that affects your mind just by listening to that differently, imagine how it's going to affect your nervous system electromagnetically. Okay, so what else? Shapes are important too. So you can see that this is in the shape of a toroid, and it doesn't touch, it's infinite. And guess what else is shaped like this in nature? Nature is shaped like this. Galaxies, corals, flowers, sunflowers, snails. Cells, okay. So you see this in nature everywhere, this shape. And the reason why it's so powerful is it creates the strongest magnetic field and the most uniform. It's called a vortex. So we see that in everywhere. There's also, we've also found that the chakras actually have that shape, vortex. So our crown chakras, every chakra in our body projects energy in a vortex, in a tornado. So what we're doing is just, we are emulating and replicating the frequencies of nature, the harmonics, and we're also replicating the shapes of nature, which is a vortex. We combine those two things to create a Qi generating device. Isn't that crazy? All right, so what do? You can just download this app, go to App Store or the Google Play and search Qi Coil, Q-I-C-O-I-L, and you can download this app for free. And you'll get, so you can get access to all these frequencies. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but just so you know, there's life force frequencies, there's Qi energy activation, clarity, brainwave balancing, sleep frequencies, enlightenment frequencies for pineal gland activation, wisdom, consciousness expansion, abundance, remove blockages. Okay, so there's 5 reasons why you need to get this now. So you can turn your phone into a Qi generator, and it's portable. You just connect your phone. That's all you need to do. It's compact. You can see it fits my pocket. You didn't even know I had it on. And it's versatile because it works silently while you're doing anything. You can be taking a walk. You can be walking your dog. You can be playing with your kids, cooking. You can be exercising, working out. You can be working. You can be at a presentation. You can do whatever you want. And you can have this silently working on your body. And it's powerful. It's got a 3 feet radius. And I didn't bring the meter, but if you had a meter, you can have a reading about 3 feet away from the coil. So if I hold a meter here, not that meter, but if I hold a TF2 meter, the tri-field meter, I can have a reading about 3 feet away around the coil. So that covers your whole body. It's very powerful. Operating just from the power from your phone, just imagine, it's not that much power from your phone, but it is efficient enough so that it creates this field. I can measure it. And also limitless because of the profound frequencies that you can use it with. So let's say that you don't care about Qi. You say, I don't care about this Qi. I don't care about getting healthy. I don't care about being more successful. Well, there's one very important reason that you need this. You need to get this anyway. Okay? This frequency is affecting your body and your mind as we speak, and have been affecting you since you were born. And it will do so for your entire life. So these frequencies are either harmful or beneficial for you. So do you know what frequencies you're being affected with right now? Are they harmful or are they beneficial? How do you know? So cell phones, are they safe? And are they affecting your biofield? There's 7 billion users of cell phone on the planet. Here's cell phone microwaves and how they affect young children that's 5 years old compared to an adult. You can see that it affects children with thinner skulls a lot more than adults with thicker skulls. Okay, so what are you doing to protect your children from harmful microwaves from cell phones? We have so many other devices other than cell phones. There's Wi-Fi, routers, smart meters, and just regular phones, right? And they're affecting all of us, our whole families. So what the FCC and telecom industry says, cell phones are only harmful if it's intense enough to cook tissue or to create heat in your body. But there's many non-thermal effects. There's many effects of cell phones that do not create heat. There's no proof that wireless cell phones are safe. That's what the FCC website is saying. So their own website says that they don't know if it's safe or not. They don't know. Okay? So there's thousands of studies, including the classified US military studies, showing that cell phones do a lot of really bad things to you. Number one, it changes the brain-blood flow and brain-blood barrier. It decreases sperm count, mobility, and fertility. And there's a chronic exposure link to cancer. So there's many studies, there's thousands of university studies that you can go to these websites to see. So do you have any of these symptoms or know anybody that does? Headaches, anxiety, irritability, sleep problems, restlessness, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, memory issues, ringing in the ears, heart palpitations, depression, fatigue. Know anybody that has some of those symptoms? Well, it's according to the World Health Organization, 3 to 6% of the world's population has something called electrosensitivity, and they're more susceptible to electromagnetic frequencies. So there's a study done by a scientist, a friend of mine, and she has a lab that can take photos of your blood, and these are blood cells. So according to her experiments, 9 out of 10 subjects showed unhealthy blood changes where the red blood cells start to clump together and start to change and mutate after just very short term use of the cell phone. So here's someone who was normal, baseline, and then carrying the cell phone and then using the cell phone. You see the dramatic changes in the blood cells. Blood cells start to clump together and start to change shape. Isn't that scary? Just from using a cell phone. Here's another person, same thing. Male, 55. So is there really a solution? Electropollution is all over the place. It's everywhere. It's hard to avoid. We can't avoid it because we have to use our phones. We have to use wireless and whatnot, right? So what is the solution? Well, what I'm showing you is the solution, because now you can use the coil to create a field around you and harmonize that radiation before it comes into your body. So it creates this, it strengthens your biofield by tuning it and strengthening it. Okay? So here's the summary. Qi energy is the life of the universe. And number 2, Qi energy can be measured specifically with your biofield. Number 3, your biofield can be programmed. It can be either programmed for the good or for the bad. You decide. Number 4, Qi energy can be electronically replicated, as I've shown you. And number 5, Qi Coil System programs and protects you with Qi energy replicated from nature. We take the frequencies from nature and the shapes of nature, replicate it to give you the energy that you need. So what can you use these Qi coils for? You can use it to enhance your biofield, like I explained, enhance your Qi. It can boost and protect your health and reprogram your mind for success, help you to think clearer and be more productive, and also help you to build the prosperity pyramid to become a magnet for success and magnet of good things in your life. So are you getting this, guys? Yes? Good. So remember in the beginning I said there's 3 things I'm going to show you in this presentation. I said I'm going to show you how to have resilient health. Who can see how they can have resilient health? Say aye. Awesome. So who can see how they can manifest their intentions, start to attract success more naturally and effortlessly? Say aye. Awesome. And who can see the one thing, the Qi Coil system that you can do and you can have both of those things automatically, effortlessly? Say aye. Okay, good. So this is how you get started. You download the app, you order a Qi Coil system. All right, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either get this single coil. How's it going, by the way?
Really good.
Yeah. So when you started, what was your pain level?
Probably 10.
10 out of 10?
Because I was just sitting here. Okay, and now it's probably 7.
Okay, so you went from 10 to 7. Okay.
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. How was your pain before? Okay. Do you feel any reduction? Down to the 6? Okay.
She said her neck's looser too.
Neck is looser too? Good. So yeah, so that's one thing that I use it personally. Like when I busted my knee the other day, I just put it on. I was actually walking with a cripple because I busted my knee. And then I say, well, I got this Qi coil, just put it on there. So I put it on there for about half an hour just watching TV. And the next thing I know, I got up and I'm so amazingly, I told my wife, oh my God, I can walk. I started running up and down the stairs. She was like, okay, just calm down. Just calm down. So I surprised myself how well this stuff works. And oh yeah, so why is there 2? So okay, by the way, there's other systems out there. You've probably seen these, like these mats, PEMF mats, and they are lots of these. They basically have no harmonics. They use just one frequency. It's not portable. You can't wear it like these. It's not app-driven. You need to bring this big machine with you, and the field range is very small. It's like maybe just this high. You have to lie on the mat to use these, and they cost about $6,000 USD. That's how much they are, and people buy these all the time. There's other systems like this that use a coil system. Again, no harmonics. It's a lower end coil. You can see it's just made of just plastic wrapped with tape. And it's huge. Look how big that box is. You have to bring that with you. Okay, so imagine carrying that with you whenever you go. And this is actually cost over $10,000 for this. Very popular. A lot of people buy this system. And why is there yin yang is because one's counterclockwise, one's clockwise. So I use counterclockwise most of the time because what it does is it expands, it relaxes, it opens, and it's good for projecting. The opposite of that is clockwise, and it's good for gathering, receiving, concentrating, and for focusing. So when I need a really strong boost, I'll use the clockwise one. But don't use it too long because it's really intense. If you use it too much, you'll feel like this is counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, you can use as long as you want. I've had no problem with that. But clockwise is good for like short bursts. Like you need something real fast. Okay? So use both of them if you want to get the full experience. Thanks for choosing Qi Coil. To get the best value, I highly recommend the Pro Coil System. You get the two coils, the yin and the yang coil, together in a premium alloy case. You also get the testing magnet. You also get the 6 gold therapeutic magnets that you can use together to enhance the power of your Qi Coil system. You also get the belt clip that you can use to clip onto your clothing and easily carry the Qi Coil with you wherever you go. And also you get 3 bundles of frequencies that you can use for your Qi Coil that go with your Qi Coil app. There's the 9 starter frequencies and also 34 master frequencies as well as 150 advanced frequencies that you can use with your Qi Coil app or with any computer system. What else do you get? With every system, as well as with the Pro Coil system, you get a bonus package. And what that bonus package includes is a 7-page PDF quick start guide. You also get 7 days technical support. And there's all the frequencies that we just talked about. There's a 1-year limited warranty. And if you want to upgrade that, we can offer up to a 5-year accident protection. So if you drop it or something happens to it by accident, then you can get a replacement for them. And that's additional upgrade that you can get. You also get a private Facebook group membership. You get Qi Coil tutorial videos. There's over 20 videos that teach you how to use the Qi Coil and in different ways and different benefits. There's also a Qi Life Mastery course that you get access to of 7 videos. There's multiple martial arts courses that I'm throwing in, as well as Qigong meditation courses that are also included. There's secrets of Qigong meditation. There's Qigong meditation lessons, over 14 videos, with a combined video of over 200 videos on martial arts and Qigong meditation. So the bonus package is a total value of $1,079. We're giving to you absolutely free. It's a credible value, so you can learn how to get the most out of your Qi Coil system, so you can transform your life faster and bigger and in the most profound way. And what's more, we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. So whether you're using it for pain management, for athletic enhancement, or for peak performance, you have 60 days to try it. And the cool thing is that people have been using this for 10 minutes, and they're already experiencing the effects and the results that are amazing for pain management and for even mind enhancement. So imagine having 60 days, you can try it out, you have all that time to try it out, test it out, let your friends try it, and make sure you're not just imagining this in your head, because they're going to have the experience too, and then decide whether you want to keep it or not. We're so confident that this will work for you that we offer 60 days, which is more than any other device out there. Here's 10 reasons why you need to get the Qi Coil right now. The first reason, very important, is you need to protect yourself from electromagnetic radiation, EMF radiation. It's all around us, and you cannot avoid it. And the Qi Coil is a really good way to enhance your own body's field, its own natural magnetic field, so that it can protect itself from harmful magnetic fields. Another reason is because it saves time. You can use it anytime, anywhere, without any extra effort. It saves you effort and time. You save money compared to other alternatives. For example, people spend hundreds of dollars, $100 to $200 on pills just for any kind of like illnesses. And with the Qi Coil, it may be able to supplement or replace the pills that people are taking. Another reason is that it's the best investment is your health. Invest in your health. It's only a small investment for the amount of benefit you get for your health. Another reason is that you only buy it once and you can use it for many, many years to come. You can also share it with your friends.
It's not something like you can't share pills with friends, right? You can't share a surgery with friends, but you can share the Qi Coil with friends. If you're not using it, you can let somebody else borrow it or even give it to your friends so that they can experience it. You can simplify your life with a very simple single tool that you need that can help you transform your body and your mind and your spirit all in one device. What else? Is that you can accelerate yourself. This is the fastest way to actualize your potential, to increase your mind enhancement, to increase your body's performance, and many other things. So what else? It's risk-free. There's no risk because you have 60 days to try it out, and if you don't like it, you can always return it to us. So the final reason to get it now is that you want to get it before the price goes up and while supplies last, because we are having difficulty to supply all demand for the Qi Coil. So before they sell out, put in your order today. Before the price goes up, lock in your price today so that you get it for the introductory price that we're only having for a limited time. If you have any questions, go check out the FAQ section on this website. You can answer many questions there. If you have any other additional questions, you can always email us at support@qicoil.com or call us directly at 1-833-3-QI-COIL, and you can reach us and we can talk to you directly. So if you're looking for one single system that can transform your life, you want the best value, then get the Pro Coil system. You get all that you see here, plus more, as bonuses and as frequencies that you can use in your Qi Coil app. So I hope this transforms your life, and you see you on the other side.
This is not a course that you can take and you forget. This is not something that requires commitment of time and effort. And it's not something that you will become obsolete, because you can use this forever. These are based on nature. It's going to be here forever, for eternity. It's not an event that you can go to get a momentary high, because you bring this with you wherever you go. You don't have to go to any event. It's not something that works only if you believe, because I can prove you with the aura camera, with the biofield camera, that is actually increasing your energy, is actually reducing your pain, right? In many instances, and actually lowering your stress level, increasing the energy in your meridians. Harvinder, come out to talk a little bit. Is that okay?
So David introduced me to this technology a few years ago. And originally, when I started, I was more interested in the spiritual aspect of it. So I thought maybe this could help me take me deeper into my meditation. And so one of the things that I started realizing as I started using it was I would definitely felt more of a connection with the planet. And I had been kind of looking for that connection for a really long time. And so I actually physically began feeling it in my body. And just, I guess you could say more a sense of belonging and acceptance and connection with the planet, as well as the planets in our solar system. You know, I physically felt more of a connection. And then along the way, I started noticing I was having less pain and more energy. And so I just got deeper into it. And I feel like it has transformed my life on so many levels, mentally, physically, energetically. And I can say I will never, ever go through this life without this technology. I never will. And even like if I expand my business or, you know, scale it up a few levels, this technology will definitely be a big part of it, just because it's created such a, I would say, harmonious atmosphere in my house. It's created a harmonious atmosphere in my relationships, in my life, and more with myself. You can actually manifest it more quickly and stronger than without the technology, because, as David said earlier, you literally become like a satellite station, like literally. You become more intuitive, things start happening faster, you'll be thinking about somebody, they'll call, you know, you want something, it'll happen. You don't want something, it might happen, but it usually happens if it's not supposed to be in your life anyway. And so things start happening, and you basically get on course, on the course you're supposed to be on with whatever you're supposed to create in this life for yourself and for everybody else. And so for me, it's not just about the physical level. Physically, I'm really benefiting from it because now I'm at a point where I don't have any pain. I can't even remember the last massage treatment I got for myself because I literally don't need it anymore. But I do still combine it with my meditation. I find meditation is still really important in getting that clarity that you want in your life. But then with the technology, once you get that clarity, it basically happens. So it's pretty deep, you guys, and it's real, and it's changed my life. And I talk to a lot of people about this all the time because I also teach a course on it to help people understand how to use the technology for physical, mental, spiritual purposes. And I would say pretty much everybody I've spoken with has benefited from it as well.
So I'm Melanie, and I started to use the electromagnetic energy I think it's been about 3 months now, 3 or 4 months. And it's been a game changer for my life. I've noticed that since I've been using the infinite frequencies, I've attracted money into my life, and it's coming now in many different areas that I would never have expected. And since I've been using the electromagnetic energy, I've manifested a lot of abundance in a very short period of time. I don't know how I've done this, but it's literally showed up at my door. And I can actually have some of my friends and family attest to this. I'm very in touch with the planet. I'm involved in things that I would never normally be involved in on a really deep level, such as I'm an advocate for hemp, for example. And all of these people that are in the hemp industry, well-known people, are coming to me now out of the blue, and I'm working on all these different projects, and I never looked for any of this stuff. I just started, what happened was when my brain started to change, it recalibrated the thoughts. My thoughts were once extremely negative, and I thank David because I feel that he's transformed my life. And I tell my good friend Ambi, who's here with me tonight all the time, that he's played a really powerful role in my recovery from some of the traumatic experiences that I've had. But for a few years, I was suffering from some issues with anger that were deep rooted. And I'm sharing this only to actually help empower people. What I found for me was when I use the wand and the coil system every day, and I'm so happy that this is now here because we can carry it around with us while we're working and functioning on a daily basis. But what I found was it changed my energy from negative to positive. Like as soon as I plug that in and charge it up, even on near my brain, like near my mind, and I start really feeling it go into my cells on a cellular level, like a DNA level, I can literally feel it change my DNA. The other thing I've noticed since I've been using it is I'm wearing a size 6 dress. When I first started using the system, I was probably 30 pounds heavier because what was happening was my body had shut down. All this energy was blocked. All of this toxic energy was surrounding my entire body, and I wasn't living. I was just trapped. And now I feel free. I feel like my energy is flowing again. My chakras are flowing again. My hair is growing again. My nails are growing back. I've detoxified my body. I've decluttered my life. My environment's cleaner. My thoughts are cleaner. Everything's coming to me. It's indescribable. And I'm sharing my personal journey to help inspire, and I want to see this change many people's lives. And I'm an advocate for this, and I love this. So thank you for listening.
So yesterday we tried the coil, and what was your initial impression?
Yeah, I mean, usually when first knee-jerk was that I was quite skeptical that something like this could ever work. You know, you see a lot of gimmicks out there in the market, infomercials and wands and what have you, and but you convinced me to try it out, and I had a nagging back injury and always knots in the back, and applied it to the lower back, and within 4 or 5 minutes, I felt a heat sensation going through, and then within 10 minutes, the knot had sort of dissipated. And
that was last night.
And that was last night, and it's still, I think it just released the muscle, or what, I'm not sure what happened, but it feels a lot better today.
So your pain was at what level out of 10?
Probably like a 6.5, 7.
And then it dropped to what?
I mean, now it's probably a 2. 2? I can feel that something was there, but that's about it, and it's not something that's nagging me.
How long has that back pain been bothering you?
I mean, it's chronic.
Yeah. A long time?
Yeah, since early soccer years.
Wow.
So it comes quite often.
So if you had that coil on you all the time, what do you think it would do for you?
I don't know. We'll try it. I mean, like I said, I'll be buying one, if not a couple, for my friends as well. And I mean, I can only imagine that was in an isolated area on the back. So overall, I think it can do nothing but wonders. So.
Cool. All right. Glad I can help.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Just hurt his hand during the fight, and now he's using the Qi Coil to help his hand relieve the pain and reduce the swelling.
Instantly, right now.
How much pain do you have?
Right there. You see, the hand is healing as he's standing here. Look at that. No swelling. Swelling is gone. Instantly.
So what happened to your shoulder?
I was in a wreck. I fell asleep on 70, hit a barricade.
Yeah. So it was bugging you today, right?
So,
It was bugging you today?
yeah, definitely.
How much pain did you have out of 10?
Maybe like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Like that.
And then you just try this, put it on?
Yeah, it's definitely like about a 2 or 3 out of 10 now. So it definitely went down in a matter of 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I just did it now for the second time yesterday. It wasn't long enough. And I did it on my rotator cuff, which has been bothering me the last 2 days quite a bit. And it's amazing. In 15 minutes that I timed, I could raise my arm with no pain a lot higher.
Yeah.
But so now I've decided to try it on my thumb because I've had an irritation in my thumb. And if this does something like that, it's unbelievable.
So how long have you had the rotator cuff issue?
I've had it for years, but it hasn't been bothering me as much as it has in the last 2 days.
And then how much pain did you have out of 10 before?
About 7.
7? And then you put on the coil for how long?
No pain.
No pain.
No, I'm not kidding you. It's unbelievable.
All right. What else did you do? You put it on your foot yesterday, right?
I did for only a second, but then his back was hurting, so I decided to let Jeff try and sacrifice my health and my money. And it did well. So
Now your thumb. Now you put it on your thumb.
now I put it on my thumb because I've had it's a strange feeling my thumb for years,
Right.
and I want to see if this will do anything for it in 5-10 minutes.
So how did you get the injury from what sport?
Throwing football,
Football?
and then I re-injured with golf.
Cool. So if you had this on you all the time, what kind of difference would it make for you?
What kind of life?
What difference would it make for you in your life if you had this all the time on you?
What kind of difference would it make if I had it on all the time?
Yeah.
I feel younger. Any different thing on my age to make me feel better. So we'll see what it does here. But it definitely helping.
Thank you.